Many times when we want to discipline our child, we automatically think of things like threatening them with no dessert, or bribing them with candy, or even putting them in timeout. This is quite normal, as chances are that's not only what we grew up with, but also what we see other parents do, as well as what they do in the movies. In this video, I want to talk to you about a positive disciplining method known as a calming corner or a time-in corner. Toddlers have been known to throw some pretty epic tantrums, so much so that some even call them terrible twos, three-nagers, and even four-nados. The reason why toddlers have tantrums is because they don't understand how to manage all those feelings they're experiencing. This is where a calming corner comes in. Don't get it confused with a timeout corner. A quote from clinical child psychologist Donna Hausman: "A calm down corner is an area where a child who is experiencing heightened emotions may go to engage their minds, calm down their bodies, and release strong emotions in a safe and controlled manner." The purpose of the calming corner is so that the child can remain calm and in control even when they're experiencing unpleasant emotions. Being angry or upset are perfectly normal, healthy emotions to feel, but it's the way we react to those emotions that is important. The calming corner will help teach your child that their feelings are valid, but certain reactions to those feelings are not. Even for us adults, it's hard to think clearly whenever we're angry. So think about how much harder it is for a toddler who is not only experiencing this huge emotion, but also lacks the way to properly express to us what they're feeling. The reason why timeout doesn't work for many children is because it's viewed as a threat or a punishment, which keeps them locked in an angry mindset. The calming corner is a soothing and inviting space, not at all threatening or negative. It's not a corner of the room where your child is banished to for a set number of minutes. Your little one will ultimately decide when they're ready to leave the calming corner. Eventually, they'll even start to know when they need to spend time in the calming corner themselves. Keep in mind though that this process is going to take some time and require plenty of help and understanding from adults. Now that I've gone over why you should use a calming corner, let's talk about when you should use it. It's better to encourage your child to visit the calming corner whenever they start showing beginning signs of unpleasant behavior, like a clenched jaw, tight fists, reddening face, or raising their voices. While it's never too late to introduce them to the calming corner, it's best for us parents to identify different signs your child shows before things escalate. Calming corners aren't only meant to be used whenever a child is angry or misbehaving, but also for times when they have heightened emotions, like too much excitement. Sometimes, when they're overly excited, things can spiral and get out of control. Let's briefly talk about what actually goes into a calming corner. There isn't a set rule on the things that should be in a calming corner, but it needs to be a comfortable, inviting space. Your child should want to spend time there. You know your child the best and you know what they like most. Maybe your child likes a little table and a desk to draw on, or maybe some blankets and a pillow to snuggle with. My son in particular tends to gravitate towards soft things, so we have this huge beanbag chair that he can sit or lay on. Speaking of my son, he's only 19 months old right now, so he isn't quite at the age where he can comprehend everything we're saying to him, especially when he's upset. So he's not using the calming corner quite yet, but we set it up early so he associates it as a positive space. Other things you'll want to include are a few activities for them to do while they're in the calming corner. Usually activities that are sensory in nature are best, but you can include anything that your child enjoys. Examples of this are maybe books, bubble wrap, art materials, stuffed animals, or glitter jars. As you may have noticed, I have these posters in our calming corner right now. I'm definitely not that creative or artistic to make them myself. This is 100% optional, as by no means do you need to go out and buy any of these, but there are companies out there that make these kits with pre-made posters and activities for your little one to do while they're in the calming corner. The one I have here, my wife got from Genmindful, and it's called Time-In Toolkit. I haven't had a chance to go through any of the activities with my son yet, so I can't tell you if this kit is worth the price, but the posters do make the corner not only look prettier, but also act as a guide for calming strategies. After your child has calmed down, this is when you let your little one know that their behavior wasn't acceptable, why it wasn't acceptable, and discuss with them how they might better handle it the next time a similar situation arises. While the calming corner sounds magical and can feel pretty magical if implemented correctly, it's not something that will immediately fix things overnight. It's a continuous cycle that will take multiple visits to the calming space before pieces start to fit together. A calming corner requires us to change our way of thinking. Whenever our child misbehaves, instead of thinking, what's wrong with this child, we need to start thinking, how can I help this child? The calming corner isn't a punishment, it's a happy place. Let me know down below in the comment section if you have any questions about a comment corner. And I would greatly appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button, as it does help me make more content like this. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time.